Agit Erev Shabbos, everybody. Welcome to Jerry's Parsha Pondering, or Parshat Truma. This week, we begin learning about the Mikdash, or rather the Mishkan, the tabernacle that that the Jewish people, the Israelites, traveled with throughout their 40-year sojourn in the desert. And that was later set up when they came into Israel in eventually in Shiloh, and then eventually David HaMelech moved it to Yerushalayim, and ultimately Shlomo HaMelech built the Mikdash, the Beit HaMikdash. One of the first psukim in the parsha is V'yasuli Mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. They shall make for me a Mikdash, a temple, a sanctuary, v'shachanti b'tocham, and I will dwell within them. It does not say v'shachanti b'tocho, right, in it, but it says in them. The Mefarshim go to town on this. I mean, that if we build the Beit HaMikdash, then Hashem will live amongst us, in our midst, which is very important, which is why we should be rebuilding the Beit HaMikdash. But besides that, it also means that Hashem will live within us. And as we are right now in the middle of a war against our enemies, we have to take this very much to heart. And as I've always said, Hashem does not waste real estate. If the Torah goes to great lengths to describe something, there is a reason. Now, if we look at the creation of the world, I think it's about 31 psukim, 31 verses is dedicated at the beginning of Bereshit, at the beginning of Genesis, to the creation of the world. The building of the sanctuary, of the Mikdash, of the Mishkan, takes up 4.5 sedras, 4.5 parshiot in the Torah. That means it's pretty important. So just what is it about the Mishkan that we have to learn about? So if we look at the beginning where it says V'yasuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham, it'll tell us how important and how much we have to take this to heart. So what's in the Mikdash, right? So first, you have the Aron. The Aron contained the Luchot and the Torah, right? The Asiyat HaMitzvot. The menorah is representative of Limud Torah, Kiner Mitzvah v'Torah, or the Shulchan Parnasah, right? Our livelihood, and ultimately the Mizbeach, which is representative of our lives. We bring sacrifices to show that we know that we ourselves have to make ourselves a type of karban l'Hashem, and realize, no, we don't believe in human sacrifice, God forbid, but Karban means karov. We have to get ourselves closer. And that's why when we do a karban, we're able to see the whole workings of the animal. It's cut up and it's barbecued on the Mizbeach, and they bring up the innards, and those are also burnt. This is telling us, right, that we have to realize that our very bodies, our organs, our limbs, should all be used in the service of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, of Hashem. We're in the middle of a war. There are a lot of karbanot. Too many. We've lost too many. and the war is only heating up. What can we do? Well, v'yasuli Mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. We have to make ourselves a Mikdash. Your body is a temple, right? But we have to do all the more. We have to work so hard on the mitzvot, on limud Torah, on recognizing that everything we have is from Hashem, both in our financial lives and in our physical lives. We have to become more dedicated because there are too many karbanot. And everyone has to shoulder the burden. Whether you're in Eretz Yisrael, if you're in Israel, and if you're not in Israel, then send us your prayers, send us your deeds, send us your mitzvot. Above everything else, the Mikdash brought peace in the world. And it brought peace between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu and God. It was like a connection between the physical world and the ethereal world. Very, very important. We have to work on our Bein Adam L'Chaveiro. I maintain and I will always believe that it was our infighting, our internal conflicts that led us to this point. Had we not had a war with Hamas, we were headed toward a civil war. And as we saw with Korban Bayesheni, Sinat Chinam, the Bein Adam L'Chaveiro has to really, really come to the forefront. We have to do everything we can to make peace amongst us so that there will be peace in the world. I wish everybody a beautiful, spiritual, and above all, peaceful Shabbat Truma. V'yasuli Mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham. Agit and Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom.